Welcome to shadstocking.com cast net tutorial. I'm Sean McNew of Shad Stocking, and today we're going to learn how to throw a cast net. What we've got is a Memphis net in twine, 10 foot, 3/8 inch mesh square, which means it's a 3/4 inch mesh stretch. And I'm going to show you how I throw a cast net today, and maybe it'll help you learn and throw your cast net better in the future. First thing you want to do, secure the rope around your wrist. Make sure if you're throwing in current or anywhere there's obstructions that you don't secure the rope firmly to your wrist, because you could essentially get pulled out of the boat. What I want to do is I'm throwing in shallow water this morning, so 4 to 6 feet of water. I'm going to wrap up a little bit of excess line around my wrist so I don't have to pull this line back in every time I throw the net. And that'll help me in my cast and retrieve, and it'll speed my net throwing up. I'm just looping the line just like normal. I want about that size loop over my hand. I'm going to grab the horn of the net, basically grab directly underneath it. Since this is a 10-foot net, I load it twice, and instead of grabbing it in the middle, I'm going to grab it at the top third, gather it around about my waist, and grab just beneath that. And this loop of mesh is going to be the front of my hand when I grab beneath it. Now basically, this is a one-arm throwing method. Throwing a heavy net, this is a 1 pound per foot of radius, so we have 10 pounds of lead. If you're throwing a real heavy net, this is going to be a hard technique. I wouldn't recommend throwing anything bigger than a 10 unless you're like He-Man. So the way I gather up the weights in my right hand is just gradually throw the weights, and as I do this, I'm checking for snags in the lead line. You can kind of shake the net out and see, make sure everything's straight. So now I've got about half of the weights divided in my right, half in my left. Of course, if you throw right-handed, it'll be the opposite, but I don't want to confuse you today. I'm going to take the portion I just grabbed up. I'm going to take my 2 fingers in my left hand. It's a little hard to see. And this is going to rotate out so that the weights face the back of my hand, just like that. I'm going to grab the front side of the weight so the net is basically poised to throw. What I do when I throw is I make about 180 degrees of rotation. The net will start out behind me, and I don't do a big spin, a big 360 when I throw the net. It starts back here, and it's one simple fluid motion, and if I'm starting back here, my net's going to land right there. And once you get practiced and get good at it, you can land your net within about a 1-foot circle if you're aiming properly. So let's try this. Start here, go back a little, go slightly upward. Now, as you throw the net, if you notice when I threw it, I held on to the rope just a little bit longer, held on to the lead line with my right hand just to give it a little bit of spin. And that's how we throw the net. What we're looking for out here today is a gizzard shad. The best way to locate a gizzard shad is with your eye. They'll do what we call a clip on the surface, which is very distinct, unlike any other fish, and they'll actually throw some spray up in the air. If you've ever seen menhaden in the ocean, they'll do a very similar flip. Gizzard shad in freshwater do the same thing. So we are going to try to catch them for bait or striper, and I'll show you what I do when I throw quickly, retrieve the net, and get ready for the next throw. You see the whole motion. Okay, no bait on that throw. Got the lead in the water. Pull it tight. Pull it once. Do it twice. Fan the weights. shake it out, check for snags, good to throw again. Just like that. Just throw the net. You'll notice, it's probably hard to catch on video, I'm throwing the net in front of the boat. I don't even have to use the trolling motor to move the boat. I just use the net. It's very stealthy. As the boat moves along, I throw the net. If I want to go left, I throw left. If I want to go right, I throw right. Gizzard shad tend to roam the bottom, so I let the net sink all the way. Here in Tennessee, where we're throwing the net, we've got a lot of snags, so prepare to lose a cast net or two. Quick load, ready to go. Never set the net down. What we do now, we're not catching much bait. We'll crank up the big motor and we'll move to a new spot, and hopefully we can show you guys how to catch some bait. I think they can see us. That was better. Behind us. Putting up. Snag, let's do it. Hard enough. Shake it out. Oh yeah, here we go. Looking good here, folks. Oh, what happened? Found a school. Gizzards. That's what we want right there. Tennessee gizzard shad. I just drop them straight in the tank. Shadstocking.com.
Shadstocking.com.
This is how you throw them down. Like this. And that's how you catch bait. Smoke some more of my cigar. Oh look, here's some shad.